It's time for True Zenoiran, everybody, and I have a set of rules for a little bit of a challenge run that we're going to be taking on. My name is Tom, otherwise known as Titanium Legman, and welcome back to the channel.
Unicorn Overlord.
Hello everyone, if you enjoy what I do and you're interested to see what my first ever challenge run of anything on the channel goes, a like on this video and a subscription to the channel so that you know when streams and videos are going up would be very much appreciated. Thank you so much. So yes, we're starting True Zenoiran. If you're watching this video on the 7th, that means that the 8th, tomorrow, we'll be starting the stream around 9 p.m. That's 7th of April to the 8th of April. If you're watching this after the fact, this is going to be very useful for you because I'm going through the rule set that I've put together with some collaboration from the folks in my Discord about what exactly this run is going to entail and how I'm planning on actually going about it. Now, before we get into the rules, there's 7 rules that I'm planning on engaging with here. I want to put it to you guys, once you've watched the video and you've seen what it is that I'm planning to work with here, if you have any suggestions, any feedback, or any additional rules that you think I should tack on here, let me know in the comments. As long as I'm able to see them before I start the stream, maybe I'll incorporate them into the run. We'll see. And if I do, I'll have whatever rules that I add or any amendments or additions, subtractions, whatever, to the other rules that I have listed here. All of that pinned in a comment down below so that people can easily reference it if they're coming into the challenge late. So, let me know your thoughts. Here's the 7 rules that I'm planning on using. First of all, we're going to be doing a squad permadeath system, no hallowed corn ash to revive anything. Essentially, if you didn't know, on True Zenoiran, if an entire squad gets wiped, they are considered dead for the purposes of being able to deploy them, although not dead for the sake of the story, until you use a hallowed corn ash to revive them. We're not going to do this. We're going to make this as permadeath as possible while still playing within the rule set of Unicorn Overlord being a squad-based game. So like if a random soldier gets blown up, they're not just gone forever. That would get crazy. Now, if I mess up, get unlucky, miss something, whatever, and a squad goes down, they're gone. Period. Doesn't matter if they're unique characters. Doesn't matter if they're generics that we recruit. Gone. Second, this is going to be an Iron Man run. No reloading. If we lose someone, it's done. If I screw up, it's done. If there's some sort of like a weird crash or something, which I don't think we've ever seen, or like a weird bug or something, then I'll be able to reload that because like that's not my fault. That's just something messing up on the game's end. But I don't think that's going to happen. Unicorn Overlord is pretty damn polished. I've never seen any crashes or anything like that. So we're going to call this an Iron Man run. Whatever happens, happens. Number 3, uniques will be used, whether they be unique classes or just unique characters in any given class. There's a little bit of a change from our first run, where we were prioritizing generics that you guys submitted to me to use. I want to use the unique characters in the game. We've seen very few of them. I want to see what their reports are. I want to see what their voice lines are, what their promotions look like, all that type of fun stuff. So we are going to be prioritizing uniques. That said, if there's something that I need to fill a slot with or a particular type of class that I need to make a unit work, I will work those in, and we'll talk about how that's going to work in the next couple of rules. So, number 4, generics will be brought in to replace uniques who die or to fulfill squad needs. So, like I said, if I need to or want to, I am giving myself the ability to recruit generic units. If I'm looking to try and put together a cavalry squad, I don't have enough uniques to do it, then I'll bring in a knight. Or if I know there's going to be some nasty stuff coming up in like Elheim and I don't have a good magic shield unit because something happened to our Radiant Knights and I'll hire a Radiant Knight, that type of thing. I'm giving myself that freedom to actually be able to build units the way that I want to without just making everyone a generic like we did in the first run. Of course, if someone does die, then I can choose to just replace them with a generic version of the same class if I feel the need to. We'll still have to like level them up and give them skill books and get them online, but we'll have that capability. Then, of course, number 5, generics will be pulled from viewer submissions first. If I want/need a class that doesn't have a viewer submission, I will pull customization options from chat. So, if you did not know, my first run of the game, I used exclusively submissions, just because there were so many of them actually, from people who supported my Patreon and my YouTube memberships. And you guys got to fully customize the characters, name them, choose their color schemes. Some people even like requested specific builds on them. We had a magic fighter as a result of that. That was pretty cool. And while that was really, really fun, I do want to be able to use more uniques, and also there were people who didn't actually get to have their character make it in to the main campaigns. So now I'm going to be working to get those people's characters in as and where we need new recruits. And then, if I'm looking to recruit a class that no one has requested a special recruit for, then I'll put it to chat, and you guys can kind of put it together, or I'll have you pick numbers, and then I'll grab someone's number, and then they can design the character live on stream, that kind of thing. We're going to be playing it a little bit more loosey-goosey. My goal here is to finish the run successfully, rather than making sure I get everyone's characters in. I'm still going to endeavor to get everyone's characters in, but the run comes first, so we'll see what happens. I get the feeling we'll probably still get everyone in there, but, hard to say. Number 6, and perhaps most importantly, if Elaine dies, the run is over. I was kind of flip-flopping on this one. I was thinking, well, we could just say that he's wounded, take him out of the fight until the end game, but then is it even really possible to beat the final boss without him? So, here, you know what? In the spirit of the Iron Man run, if the Lord dies, it's over. I'm not too worried about this happening. It's fairly easy to put a unit together that Elaine can survive in, but it is going to be something that hangs over our heads. And no, in addition to this, per the suggestion of people in my Discord, which I figured, it makes sense, since we can't use Hallowed Corn Ash, there's no reloading. This does mean that if we run out of time, or, God, it's so scary, or if our HQ gets captured, game over, man, and that'll be the end of the run. This is going to make it very, very important that I only take engagements that I feel that I can handle. Now, note, this does not mean I can't retreat. So, if we throw ourselves into a liberation battle, and it's clear that we're not going to be able to clear it in the time limit, we're going to retreat. Retreat is a legitimate strategy in real life. It happens all the time. Recoup, re-strategize, come back, totally fine. So if we need to, we can, but in a main mission, HQ gets captured, timer's about to run out, can't retreat. That's that. So, finally, number 7. All countries cleared, good ending achieved. This is meant to be a full run. So, we're going to go in whatever order I feel like, really. We can bop around, do whatever. But Cornea, Drakenhold, Elheim, Bastoria. I can never remember Albion. There we go. I don't know why I have such a hard time remembering that. Then finally, back to Grand Kareen. Finish off first boss and also second boss. Roll credits. Win. I feel like this is a pretty solid, pretty comprehensive list of rules. This is, again, my first ever challenge run on the channel, so there are additional things we could have tossed in there. People were making some suggestions, but channel mod Segno did make the suggestion of Rule 0. Any game/challenge should be fun. And I think this is a solid enough run of rules for me to kind of get my feet wet with, especially because I've not actually really played much of True Zenoiran. I've played a little bit with my Holy Crusade run that I'm doing off stream just for fun. But I don't know what the later game looks like. I don't know how nasty things are going to get, so we're going to keep it to this. That said, again, if there are any suggestions that you have, any additional rules that you think we should add in, that would be interesting, fun, whatever, maybe up the challenge a little bit, but not too much, let me know. And if there's any changes that you think should be made, especially obvious things that maybe kind of make things make more sense to these rules, then let me know that in the comments as well. And then if I do make any changes, again, I will put them in a pinned comment, and I will address them at the start of the stream, along with all the other rules. I'm looking very much forward to starting this one. I'm very excited to play more Unicorn Overlord. I think this is going to be an absolute blast. So I hope to see you all there, 9 p.m., well, Eastern time, U.S. Eastern, specifically. I figured I should mention that. April the 8th. It's going to be interesting. Until then, I hope you all have a good night. Stay safe and healthy out there. And remember, be good to each other. Bye now.